Hi everyone, it's Tatiana from Tatiana's Everyday Food and welcome back to my kitchen. So today I'm making a very rich, very indulgent caramel raspberry chocolate cheesecake. So this cheesecake is to die for good, and if you're looking for that super indulgent recipe, this cheesecake is for you. So I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate crust. We're going to make a creamy chocolatey cheesecake and fill the inside with bits of caramel and fresh raspberries, and then finish everything off with more fresh raspberries and a chocolate drizzle. So let me show you how to make this fantastic cheesecake. Today I'm going to get started by preparing my chocolate crust first. I have a cup and a half of chocolate cookie crumbs, and today I use these chocolate honey graham crackers, and I just put them through a food processor until I had fine crumbs. To that I'm going to add a quarter cup of melted butter, and the butter is just going to help keep all those cookie crumbs together. Take a spatula and just combine that. You just want to mix the butter with the cookie crumbs until you have a nice mixture and you don't see any dry crumbs in there. And then today I'm going to be using this 10-inch springform pan, and I've lined the bottom with some parchment paper just to make things easy when I'm transferring the cheesecake. I'm going to transfer these crumbs into my pan. And you want to take a spoon and spread them evenly across the base. And you want to press them into place until you have a nice, firm, and even crust. And now for my filling ingredients. I'm going to line the bottom of my pan with these fresh raspberries. You can just sprinkle them all right in, kind of spread them out evenly so you have a nice even layer of raspberries. And I have about a cup here today. And then I'm going to add my caramel. So I found these great caramel bites in the baking aisle. They're made by Kraft. If you can't find these, you can always split those larger caramel cubes into tiny little bits, but I have half a cup of these. I'm going to sprinkle them right over the top as well. Just spread everything out evenly so you have a nice layer of caramel and raspberries there in the bottom. And now for my cream cheese. So I've softened 4 bricks of cream cheese, and they were 8 ounces each, so I have 32 ounces total. And I'm going to place them all into my mixer. So the secret to making a fantastic cheesecake is making sure to mix the cream cheese until it's really light and fluffy. So 5 to 7 minutes should be just perfect. I'm going to add half a cup of sour cream. Just going to add a little bit of tanginess to our cheesecake. And make sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl very often so you get everything incorporated. And now for the rest of our ingredients, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of white granulated sugar, sprinkle that in, and we're going to add 4 large eggs. So you want to keep mixing the egg, the sugar, the cream cheese mixture for another 5 to 7 minutes until it's really light and fluffy. Let's talk about our chocolate. So today I'm going to be using a cup and a half of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I'm going to use the microwave because I think it's the simplest and fastest way to melt these. So I set my power at about 50% and stir every 30 seconds. And you want to stir it until it's completely smooth. And I'm going to pour in my melted chocolate. I'm going to mix in all this chocolate until it's well combined. And again, don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowl so you get all of that cream cheese and chocolate incorporated. My chocolate cheesecake filling is all done now, and now I'm going to sprinkle in more of those caramel bites. I'm going to add another half cup in here. Use my spatula and fold that in there. And it's going to give every bite a little bit of caramel surprise on the inside. So once you fold those in, you want to let the cheesecake batter stand for about 10 minutes so some of those air bubbles that might have gotten incorporated into the batter disperse. You can even tap the pan down a little bit. Let those air bubbles rise to the top. And now I'm just going to pour my cheesecake filling right into my prepared pan. And this looks so good and chocolatey. I cannot wait to eat this. Scrape down everything out of your bowl. You're going to take a flat spatula and even off the top so it's nice and smooth. You'll need to bake your cheesecake at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 minutes, and then turn your oven temperature down to about 300 and bake for another 40 to 50 minutes. So you want the center to be just that. It's still going to be a little bit wiggly, but the sides are going to be done. At that point, you want to turn off your oven, let the cake cool in the oven for about an hour so it cools down a bit. take it out of the oven and set it into a warm corner in your kitchen so it can cool down for another 4 to 5 hours. So you want it to cool down very slowly to prevent any cracks. And then once it's cool, just set it in the refrigerator overnight and let it set completely. And now I'm just gonna take a flat spatula, carefully slip it down to the very bottom and run it around the edges. And this way we're gonna release the cheesecake from the pan. Perfect. And I'm gonna fill the center of my cheesecake with more fresh raspberries. And for one last bit of chocolate, I'm gonna finish everything off with some melted chocolate. So I just melted this in the microwave, transferred it into a Ziploc bag. Just wanna drizzle it over the top, back and forth. And this is the perfect finish for this cheesecake. Oh, that looks so beautiful. And that's it for our cheesecake. So once you're all done, you just want to store it in the refrigerator, and then when you're ready to serve it, take it out about 30 minutes beforehand so that cream cheese can soften up a bit. And when I was baking this yesterday, my husband came home from work and he's like, the house smells so good. I was like, yep, that's my caramel raspberry chocolate cheesecake. It just smells so, so good. Your whole house is gonna smell like chocolate heaven. And now it's time to give it a try. And I love the height of this cheesecake, and it has that nice mousse cheesecake-like texture, perfect height. It looks so great. And I love the elegant, simple drizzle of the chocolate on top. Those fresh raspberries really finish off this cake. This is so, so good, guys. I love all the flavors here. So those little caramel bits kind of melt into the chocolate cheesecake. So you get that nice caramely flavor, and then you get those little bits of fresh raspberries in the bottom and that chocolate crust. So, so good. This is definitely a chocolate lover's dream. So you get so much of that rich, indulgent chocolate cheesecake. So if you're not counting your calories and you're looking for a super indulgent recipe, this is the cheesecake for you. So if you do make it, please don't forget to share with me on Instagram. I love to see you guys' creations. Just tag it with Tatiana's Everyday Food. I'll come over, like it, comment, and thank you guys always for watching, and I'll see you next time.